take a piece of this. And you'll notice, this is the strangest thing, it actually sticks to it. Look at that. A true, what do you think, Jenny?
No, I just think that I should try and make something that got fulfilling to what he likes. Just something that from my heart.
That's right.
Something I know that he likes, and
that's right.
And try to make.
You're not trying to be his mom.
No, I can't cook what she makes.
Hi, welcome to Cooking for All Seasons. This is Judy Keys, and today we have a segment called June Brides. And today I have with me Jenny and Shelly. Okay, now if for some reason I make a mistake, I keep calling her Sandy. I don't know why, but anyway, her name is Shelly. So if you hear me say Sandy, I don't know where that name came from. But they're two young ladies that'll probably be getting married here in the next couple of weeks. And we thought today we would maybe, just kind of give them a little bit of encouragement to get into that kitchen. So we're going to start off today with some chicken, and we're going to show you how to make a chicken called chicken paillard, and it's a chicken that you're going to be able to use in many ways. So welcome, you guys, and why don't you say hi to the camera? Hi to the folks. Go ahead.
Hi.
And let's see, Shelly is a teacher.
Yes, 4th grade.
4th grade, so you want to say hi?
Hi.
Hi to the kids.
Hi, kids.
And Jenny, you work with young people too?
Yes, I do. Mm-hmm.
And you work in Gilroy?
Yes.
Okay, well, just relax.
Oh.
So we have a good crew with us today, and it's going to be fun. The first thing we're going to start off with is I want to start talking about young people and how they're cooking, how you learn how to cook. You learn from your parents, you learn from your grandparents, you learn from your spouses. I mean, it's just sort of an all-around type of family thing. So the first question, and I've written these down because they're specific and I want to get right to the point. What I want you to do for young people, they need to ask their mom and dad to show them some of your favorite meals that you prepared in your home as you were growing up. Take pictures of your mother or your father, whoever it is, while they're cooking it, and write it down. What were some of your favorite things, Shelly?
Well, I remember my mom's meatloaf and corned beef and cabbage, which I didn't really like that well, but I remember the smell, and so.
And then it turned into corned beef hash, though.
Right,
so,
right.
There you go, right there.
Yeah.
And also artichokes, because you were just mentioning that you had been. There's something in Yosemite.
Right. The trees, the smell of the trees.
Trees reminds you of the artichokes.
Right.
And here you're in the perfect area.
Yeah.
This is, Castroville is the artichoke center of the world. So that's one thing you're going to be preparing, I'm sure, for your husband. And Jenny, what's...
Mine is pesto pasta. And my dad goes out to the garden. He grows his own basil, his own tomatoes, and so he just goes out there and picks everything, and then he brings it in, and that's something that I really remember.
Okay, so you need to, and I know your mom and dad quite well, and I know that they'd be more than willing to sit with you and show you how to do that. But they're really important things. It's not just for you, but it's also for your children, and you want to pass those things down. Right. So write them down, take some pictures, and they really will mean a lot to you in the future. Because I remember cooking with my mom and stuff like that. So, those are really fun things. So we're gonna save these other things for later. Right now, we're gonna do this chicken. So, I have. These are some of the biggest chicken breasts I've ever seen. Look at this. This is huge. This definitely could feed. I'm gonna grab a knife here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to trim the chicken. Now don't be afraid of the chicken breast. Okay, a lot of people go, ooh, it's squishy. But you can't help it. Chicken's squishy. So, but it tastes good. And it's inexpensive. So we're just trimming it. Don't don't stress about trimming it because you're gonna fry it, or really pan fry it in some olive oil. So just the one thing I just want you to make sure is that if you turn it over, and these are just boneless and skinless, is you want to check right in here to make sure that when the butcher or whoever was boning them, make sure that you got all of the pieces of bone, because sometimes there'll be a little piece of bone and you want to be really careful about that. So we got 2 of these guys here. This one's looking pretty good. You can't help but there's a little fat. If you don't like chicken breast and you like chicken thighs, you can do the same thing. So, stuff is kind of squishy. All right. So, let me get what was I telling you about? Sharp knives. So, let's get another one over here. Okay. Now, you'll notice on the chicken that this part of the chicken is much thicker. So what you want to do is just turn your knife. You're going to cut away from yourself, okay? So all you want to do is just sort of cut into it. Don't worry if it separates, if you cut too much of it. It's not going to hurt it. So you're going to try to get it so it's even, the thickness. And then that way it's going to cook a lot better, a lot more evenly. And also, the whole idea of this is to make these thin, because then we're going to coat them with some, I have some chopped parsley and cilantro in here, and these are just plain chopped green onions. So then the next thing is, now if you don't, I know most people aren't going to have something like this, but go ahead and use a pan, the bottom of a pan, and I don't know what else, a heavy duty pan or something, just to make sure that whatever you're using is not going to break in your hand when you start pounding it, because we're going to pound it a little bit. So let me just rinse my hand. The other thing is we're working with raw chicken, so you have to be very, very careful. Now I rinsed the chicken before we used it, but still, you just have to be really careful. So, and actually now I've contaminated in a way. I really kind of contaminated this, so I don't want to put it on a clean one. So let's get a plastic bag out and move one of these over. And what we're going to do is we're actually going to put it in the plastic bag. Okay, and we're going to lay it out. Can you guys see this? Okay.
So how come you're putting it in the plastic bag?
Well, because you're going to start pounding it, and we're going to start thinning it out. And that way it'll contain it. You don't want anything popping you back up in the face.
Okay.
And it also makes it a lot easier.
Well, I had a question about the meat. Did you buy it from the butcher,
I bought it. It's all boned and skin. It's all boned and skin and everything. Buy what's on sale. That's what I do. Think about it. When you go look at your ads, and the boneless, skinless chicken is usually pretty, it's pretty inexpensive. I think this is about $2 a pound. Actually, Foster Farms, and I can say this because they make a really neat pack of boneless, skinless chicken breasts, and they come in these little packages. They're like 2 chicken breasts.
Yeah.
And it's really a great thing, because you can buy like a whole package and put them in the freezer, and they're all sort of individually wrapped, just enough for a cup. Actually, one of those would probably serve 4 people.
Oh, okay.
I mean, serve 2 people with some leftovers.
Right.
So, but it's a great way to buy chicken. Sometimes they have chicken breasts that are like 99 cents a pound, and it's got the bone on it. Go ahead and buy a package of them and try it. It's real easy to bone it. Just rip off the skin and get in there and try it. So now we're just going to kind of pound away at it. You girls want to try this?
Sure.
Okay. Now this is going to have this kind of...
Oh, it is heavy.
Yeah, you're just trying to make it, you have to put more. I know you got strength in there, Jen. You want to play basketball.
I don't want to just pound it too hard.
Huh? That's okay.
Okay.
The camera could
You
take
wanna
it
try it?
Okay,
next.
my turn.
Go ahead, smack it.
Oh, so you're really making it thin.
Yeah.
Very thin.
You know, well, and the other thing that this does is it breaks the muscle tissue down. You can tell where it's thicker. I mean,
Okay.
you really can. So, and there you go. I mean, you know, it's. So we got this one done. It's very easy. Let's see. Hello, hello. Where are you? Okay. So you can see. Now, actually, you could take this and just think about it. What could you put in here? You could put some cheese in here, some herbs in here, a slice of ham, roll it up, stuff it. You could bake it, you know, could roll it in some breadcrumbs, put it in the oven. I mean, this is really does offer a lot of different things. Now, today we're going to put the herbs on it, but you could do the same thing. You could put the herbs on it, and then you could, you know, put whatever you want inside of it, roll it up, and you know, stick it in the oven and just bake it.
Right.
So let's do this one, and then we're going to take a break, get our stuff ready to get it fried up, and then we'll be on our way. So it doesn't take very long. You could do a whole bunch of them, keep them in the refrigerator. You got to be careful with chicken. I don't think that I would keep, you know, look at the date when you buy chicken in the grocery store, and don't keep it longer than what it says, because chicken is real volatile for bacteria. I mean, so are all kinds of different foods, but you know, you don't want to buy chicken and just forget about it, leave it in the refrigerator, and then have, you know, serious problems later.
Right.
So we're going to go ahead and take a moment here, and we'll be right back with you guys. Okay, now, I know you shouldn't say okay, but okay, we're here. So, okay, now we're going to, see, I did it again, but anyway, we're going to make the chicken now. So we have how much, Shelly? We have olive oil.
Enough to coat the pan.
Okay, I know you guys can see this. There's not, I mean, we're not deep frying, but you do need enough so that the chicken doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. And this is a non-stick pan. So you want to make sure that you've coated it enough. In a non-stick pan, you can get away with using a little bit less, but we're using olive oil. If you don't want to use olive oil, use whatever kind of oil you like, okay? The olive oil has a flavor to it, and that's why we're using it. I've already salted and peppered the chicken. How much salt, how much pepper? Think of it. If you're sitting down at the table, how much salt you put on your own piece of chicken, okay? The idea of salting and peppering it before is that salt gets absorbed into the meat. If you salt it after, it kind of lays on top of it. So and this is our mixture. This is the Italian parsley, this being Italian parsley, right here, and the cilantro, and this is the cilantro, okay? And I'm pretty sure everybody's aware this is a green onion, or I don't know what else, green onion, it's not a shallot, because this being a shallot over here, which is a little oniony thing. But those are green onions, and it's just merely chopped and mixed together. There's no other seasoning in here but that. So all we're going to do is we're going to take a piece of this. And you'll notice, this is the strangest thing, it actually sticks to it. Look at that. I mean, you don't even have to it really does stick to it. Wow. So you don't have to pound it into it.
Oh, that's nice.
So you're just going to kind of shake it off, make a mess, and lay it in there. And I mean, this is very simple. This is not a real difficult, you know, thing to do, but yet you're going to end up with a lot of really good tasting chicken to be used in numerous different dishes. You guys want to do this?
Yeah.
You want to? Okay. Here you go. I'll put this one in, and you guys put the next ones in, okay? All we're doing is we're just laying it in here. You got it?
We got it.
Okay, here, I'll turn this around. You're going to have to use your fingers a little bit, I think, because it's kind of, but see how it just kind of sticks to it. It's not, and just give it a little bit of shake, and the excess will fall off. There you go. Pretty easy, okay?
Want to try?
This is a big one.
What, you got it? Here,
Yeah.
maybe. Okay, you got it. Since there isn't as much on it, yeah, you're gonna have to probably. Yeah, that's okay.
I'm just gonna
yeah,
throw some on
that's
there.
fine. This is a very easy thing to do. This is not something where you have to say it has to have exactly a quarter of a cup or exactly this. You know, after you make this a couple of times, you're going to figure out what combination you like. Okay, you got it? Great. Okay, so then here, let's move these around. Make sure they're not sticking. Because this is not a non-stick pan like we were talking about before. And when you use a non-stick pan, you have to make sure that you have enough oil in there so that otherwise it's just going to stick. So we're moving them around. Now, chicken breasts do not take a long time to cook. However, you have to cook them long enough so that you can tell because it gets a texture to it. You don't want to serve raw chicken. So let them cook a while. And then, let's see, do we have enough room? We can put all that in. I don't, you start moving around. Here, I have some more. Let's make. So you can see all we're doing is, this is the chopped up greens, the Italian parsley, and the cilantro, and here's your green onions. I mean, this is simple. You got it? Okay, you guys want to do those? And put them in here. I think I'm going to add a little bit more of the olive oil. How's that? Can you get it?
That looks good.
That look good? Okay.
There's a little guy.
Now I have another. While you guys are doing that, I'm gonna talk to you about this. The one thing is that I find it very important that you need to talk with your partner about the food that he or she likes. That's important because you're gonna go home one day and you're gonna spend all this time and effort and money and create something, and you're gonna be upset if they go, ooh, they didn't like it. Well, it's not that it wasn't good, it's just that that's just not something that they like. So I think it's important that you take time and sit down and talk to each other about what you really like, what you like to eat. And that way, when you go to all the effort and financial commitment of cooking something, that you'll be, it's something that he's gonna or she's gonna like. Okay, this is like one of the big ones. How can I say this? I'm going to read it because I wrote it down and this is the way I look at it. And I think we talked about this before. Don't try to cook what his or her mom or dad or grandmother or grandfather cooked because you'll never accomplish it because it's not just the food, it's the emotion that goes with it, right?
Right.
So whether it's the best spaghetti or the best meatloaf or whatever your husband or your wife may say to you, and you'll go, oh, okay. You go, well, that wasn't the best. But for him or her, they have an emotional contact to that. So don't try to imitate it because you don't want to hear, oh, but that wasn't as good as my mom makes, because you're just going to start as an immediate hurt feeling in an argument, right?
Right.
I mean, so bring to the table things that you yourself have created, and let your mom or his mom or his dad or whatever do that. You can make your own version of it, but I think making the statement, oh, I made what your mom makes, or I made what your dad makes,
Right.
is going to cause some hurt feelings somewhere along the
Right.
line. Do you guys, what do you think about that? I mean, do you think that could be a true? What do you think, Jenny?
No, I just think that I should try and make something that talk with Billy and see what he
here, we're at
likes.
the smoke ring.
Just something that from my heart.
That's
from
right.
him, and something I
that's
know that
right.
he likes, and
That's right.
And
Yeah.
try to make
You're not
some-
trying to be his mom.
No, I
Yeah.
can't cook what she makes. So
No, you
Gotta do my
can't.
own
You know,
thing.
I mean, I know this for a fact. I mean, I cook for my husband all the time, and you know, I try all kinds of different things. But the one thing I can never do, and that's make a crust. And I can never make a crust like his mom made. And it's just one of those things. I mean, I have tried, and the reason why I say that because it's like whenever I do, I always hear this comment. Well, my mom used to make this really good crust. And it's like, that's it. I'm done making crust. So I just don't, you know,
Yeah.
I don't use that statement, and I try different things. So anyway. Okay, well, this chicken is looking like it needs to be turned. Isn't it pretty, though? I think
Yeah.
it's really pretty. And it smells good. So we're going to finish cooking this, and then we'll be right back with what we're going to do with it. Okay? Okay, we're ready to make the sandwich. The sandwich is the first thing we're going to make. And what we've made here is this is mayonnaise, just plain, whatever kind of mayonnaise you like, and some pesto. It's really simple. Okay, so this is that sandwich that you go and spend $7 or $8 for, the chicken pesto sandwich. Okay, so we're going to make one for maybe about $2 or $3. It's going to feed like 4 people. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is and it's everybody says, well, how much pesto? Take some mayonnaise, put it, you know, about what you'd put on your sandwich, and start putting some pesto in it and taste it. That's the only way you're going to know how much of anything that you like. Mustard, anything that you're making a sauce with, a cold sauce like this. A little different when you're making a hot sauce, though. It's for the cream sauce that we made for the pasta, it's kind of the same thing. Don't put a huge glob of something in there because you can't take it back out. Well, you can add more cream or mayonnaise to it, but now you end up with, you know, sauce for like 500.
Right.
So,
And we tasted it. It tastes very good.
did you take?
Yes.
What do you think?
It's really good.
So we're just gonna like glob some of this on here, which is a real technical, you know, term for cooking term. But
I don't know if I can do the globbing.
can you do the globbing? Seeing your spouse is going to go, oh my God, honey, this is just delicious. But this is a perfect time of the year for something like this. Actually, it's a perfect time of the year for anything like this, because this is a great sandwich. You can make it hot, actually. We're making it cold, but you could actually do the same thing. And then, because we're going to put cheese on it, you could actually put it under the broiler.
Ooh.
Melt the cheese on it.
Good.
So you got a winter meal, okay? And then you're gonna maybe serve it with the soup or something like that.
Right.
You know, so it's gonna taste good. So, and then over here, I have a tortilla. So, you know, I know they make these wraps. They're called
Pitas?
pita wraps or whatever. We're gonna use what we have here, and this is the pesto mayonnaise. But you could use like a Caesar salad dressing. So you can make like a chicken Caesar. You could do the same thing with this. You could use just a regular bottled Caesar dressing. And you could actually make it a Caesar pesto and just add some of your pesto to that. Okay, I hope, can you see this chicken, everybody? So we're just gonna take the chicken, and you know, we've just cooked all this, so it is warm. But if you cooked it the day before and put it in the refrigerator, it would be nice and cool. So, and we're just gonna slice it. We're just slicing it in some strips. Now, you don't have to. You could put whole pieces on there. But we're going to do it this way today. So, now, you guys, tell me about some of the things that you like to eat. What do you like to eat, Jenny?
Oh gosh, I actually love anything with pesto on it.
Really?
Yeah,
So
it's my favorite.
In fact, you had a question actually about the Garlic Festival.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were going to still have that.
Just the regular pesto sauce.
Just the regular pesto sauce with all the garlic on it. I loved it. And then they came out with something a little bit new, and it was it had tomatoes on it, and it didn't taste as good.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if they were gonna switch it back to the old, the
Yeah,
original kind that it always was.
Yeah, I love that pesto the pesto
Yeah,
con
with all
pasta.
Yeah.
And then you mix it with the squid. Actually, to make that squid is really kind of easy. Nowadays, you can get the squid already cleaned and everything. So here we're going to put some on here. Now, let's see. Let's put, what are we going to put? Some avocado. So, is this beginning to look like some sandwich that you might have had at some restaurant?
Yeah.
Huh?
Pretty fancy.
Yeah.
But it is, I mean, it is fancy, but you can see it's not a real difficult one to build.
Right.
You know, and then we got some, ooh, let's put some bacon on it. Okay, like this is, we're going over the top here, but why not? And then we've got some tomato. And now this is a pepper jack cheese, because I think it, you know, it could use a little spice in it. So what do you think?
It looks really good.
So, okay, now you're having a party. Look at how easy this is. So let's do the same over here. And if you wanted to make some individual sandwiches, like, you know, just to take to lunch or something, and everybody at school go, oh, what are you eating?
They'd be jealous.
They would be jealous. You could send this with Billy to work, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, they'd
You know,
be
the
like,
only-
your wife makes good
Yes.
food. He'd be the envy.
And the only thing I'm going to add to this is these are just some baby greens. Use any kind of lettuce you want. When you're buying baby greens and you only need enough for a sandwich or two, just go over to the bins where they sell it by the pound, and you don't buy the big bag of it.
Right.
And then that way you just buy what you need, because it doesn't last a long
Yeah.
time in the refrigerator. So then we're just going to sprinkle this on here. No, I mean, this is a sandwich, right?
Yeah, I don't know what you guys are going to eat, but I'm going to take this.
Yeah.
So here we have our sandwich. Can you guys see that? I mean, I know it looks really big, but it tastes really good. And now we're going to put some more on this one. Oop, it fell over, but if we, go ahead. This one we're just going to roll. Can you see that? I don't know if you guys can see that. So, I mean, that's easy. Whoop, keeps falling over. Well, actually, we get some toothpicks. We can probably stick it together. But once we start cutting it and stuff, it's going to be fine. So we're going to lean it up like this. So if you know, this is definitely, well, it's enough for a good 2 people.
Right.
But you know, you can get long loaves, short loaves. You can make small sandwiches. Okay, so that's your sandwich.
All right.
Okay, so let me move this over here. I had some other questions I want to ask you too. Okay, we did that one. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, cooking together, very important. Cook together, and it could be romantic, even a barbecued hamburger. Isn't that what I said? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're feeding him. But it's true. I think, you know, I mean, I think it's a relaxing time, because you're not talking about bills, you're not talking about work, you're not talking about, you know, whatever, and you're not arguing, which I know it happens, you can't help it. So it's a really good time to sort of enjoy each other. And I know Billy works, and I know he cooks. So, I mean, when you know he wants to cook, but you don't want him in the kitchen with you, tell him, oh honey, barbecue, and then you could be in the kitchen doing something, and then you sort of bring it together. Or like Shelley was saying, it's kind of like, you know, could you like get out of the kitchen? Well, give them something to do, you know, make the salad or something like that, you know. That's not a too difficult thing to do. The other thing is get together with your friends, and you can learn from each other. You know, there's all kinds of neat things. I mean, that's sort of the new thing nowadays with young people. They go from house to house, and everybody makes, you know, their specialty, or you have a potluck. I mean, it's a lot.
Dinner for 8.
Dinner for 8?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Have you guys ever done that? You've done things like that where you've invited your friends over and everybody gets in the kitchen, you get the beer and the wine and everything. It's a nice evening, and it's a heck of a lot less expensive than going out, right? Try something new. This was the thing, is you try something new, you find it in a cookbook, you find it on the internet or something, And we were talking about this before about going out and getting every little spice and everything like that. So pick something that's not too
Right.
over the top to start with, okay? This is how I look at recipes, even when I'm looking at cookbooks. What I do is I think it's something that I cook at home, and then I go in that cookbook and I find that recipe. And then I look at it and see if the ingredients it uses are similar to the ingredients that I use at home. And if it is, then I kind of get an idea. Because there are a lot of cookbooks and a lot of different cooks. And you kind of want somebody who gives you new ideas, but somebody that kind of has ideas about the same way you cook.
Right.
Okay? So, oh. Can you hear me?
Put it back in. No, we couldn't. Well, we could, actually.
I have I'm sorry, we lost
It's okay.
We lost
Technical
connection.
difficulty.
Technical difficulties. Okay, next one. Now let's do this. We got some more. I know I keep bringing out these boards. These boards are really inexpensive. They're plastic. I put them in the dishwasher. Just everything you do, make sure you just clean really well. You can make a really fast solution of a drop of Clorox in a thing
Right.
of water to sanitize things. And
3 tablespoons to 1 gallon.
okay, that's a great. So tell everybody. Tell everybody. That's
3 tablespoons to 1 gallon.
So 3 tablespoons of Clorox
Right.
to a gallon of water, and that is safe enough to use on food in a food area,
Right.
so that if
'Cause it's
somebody was to
Safe enough for kids to play with, so it obviously would be
well,
safe enough
that's like a great idea. Get yourself a clean, brand new squirt bottle, and then go to the dollar store, pick one up, make sure you wash it first, and make your solution. And I use it all the time to clean my everything, the tile, because food gets in the grout. You can't help it, you know.
Yeah.
I spray it in my sink anytime I'm cooking, really. But I don't worry about it because I know that I'm not gonna.
Right.
Nobody's gonna get sick.
It's not going to hurt you.
So that's we'll have to put that one. That's a good
Yeah.
one, right? What do you think, Jenny?
That's great.
Yeah. Okay. Next thing. What do we have? Right here. Oh. This is pasta. So this is the next thing we're going to use with our chicken. All this is use whatever kind of pasta you like. I probably would use a rigatoni or a piece pasta, not spaghetti
Right.
or linguine or something like that, and cook it to whatever the package is. Then on top, what I've done is this is just your everyday zucchini, and all I did was slice it and a little olive oil to coat the pan, not a lot, and a little salt and pepper, and a little pat of butter, just a little butter. Because what the butter does is it does brown things nicely. The butter in the butter there's the particles,
Right.
the butter fat part, and that's what actually does the
Right.
browning. So
A little dab will do ya.
and a little is gonna kill you, you know. And use butter. If you're not gonna use butter, just use olive oil. Don't put margarine in it because it just doesn't you don't get that flavor. And that's like a really important thing when you're cooking. If you just use a little bit of butter in something, and you're gonna get that flavor that you think that you're getting when you're going to
Right.
out to dinner all the time. You know, because they're putting the butter in there and they're not measuring. So all I did was that, and I put some garlic in there, and I pan fried it. And now, Jenny, if you'll hand me right over there from the stove.
That's her.
Yeah. You got it?
Yeah.
Oops, don't burn yourself. Okay. Now what this is this is heavy cream.
Do you need a pad underneath here?
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Heavy cream, reduced, just put in a pan and just put on low heat and reduced. And all I did was add some pesto to it. So can you guys see that? If you can't do that, if you can't get the cream, if you're not sure about the cream, it's like I was telling Jenny, use one of these bottled sort of Alfredo type sauces. Warm it up, thin it out, put a little white wine in it, and add your pesto to it. Make it your own. And when somebody says, "Did you make this?" you say, "Yes,
Yeah.
I did." You know, dumping it right out. I mean, if that's what you want to do, that's fine. The other thing you can do is put some mushrooms in the bottom of the pan, put a little olive oil, a little butter, some onions or something. Put this in. Put a little white wine if you want, and some of the pesto sauce, and you got yourself some sauce, and it kind of takes away from the bottle flavor. The other thing is you can do the same thing with the red sauce. You can, if you don't want to use cream, use whatever favorite bottled sauce that you like. You know, heat it up and put in some pesto sauce. A little red wine in this one, maybe. It all tastes good with this chicken. It really does. It's sort of a real versatile chicken. So here, let's put this over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a couple of these. Whoa, good that was there. And we're just going to, let's see, we got another piece under here. Yeah, not quite as big. Okay, we're just going to cut this up. And we're going to, so how many times a week do you cook? Can you see this? Thank you.
How many times a week?
How many times a week
once.
do you, once?
Yeah.
None.
None? So what do you think now? You're going to start?
Oh, yeah.
I hope so.
I hope so. Okay. Now, the only thing we're going to do, we're going to put this on here. What do you think? I hear,
I think it looks good.
do you think this looks good?
Yeah.
Okay, then Jenny, you want to go ahead? I'm going to pull this over here.
Let me put the sauce on.
And we're going to pour the sauce on it. Go ahead.
Just all over.
Yeah, just pour it all over. It's only cream.
Don't be shy.
Do you want?
Yeah, because there's a whole pound of pasta in here.
Oh,
so
okay,
that's,
so you
it's
want
going to
me
go down inside. You got it? It's coming.
Yeah. Let me go this way.
Oh, okay. You got
So
it?
you can see it. Yeah.
Great.
The whole thing?
Yeah. Why not? It's bathing. Okay. Great.
Good job.
Good job. Okay, let's get all this good stuff. Okay. Shelly, you want to put that back? Don't burn yourself. You got it? Good. The only thing we're going to do here now, we're going to sprinkle some Parmesan, and that's done. What do you think of
So
that?
good.
Okay. Now, the next thing is we've got a salad. We're going to cut this up. This over here. I want to thank you guys for being here today. And I want to thank all the people that stop me in stores and everything and say hi. I appreciate it. You know, if you have some ideas about some shows that you'd like to see, you know, just send me an email. When the credits roll, we'll have the email address. So here we've got this going. So you think what do you think? Have fun in the kitchen? You learned a few things?
Yeah.
Oh,
Think
yeah.
we can do this?
I definitely think I can duplicate this.
So all we're going to do is, the only thing is just lettuce. We've got some mandarin oranges. I made a little salad dressing with some sesame oil. I've got some asparagus on there. How's that looking?
Very nice.
Think we can do that? I'm going to get you guys a plate. Got some toasted slivered almonds on here. So, What do you think? So we did 3 things. Whoop. That would have been interesting. We had salad dressing all over the place. I really want to thank you guys. And what I'm going to do now is let's get some plates. I know you guys are going to eat all this, so that's why I'm putting the salad. If you don't, if it's only for you and your husband or your girlfriends or whatever, and you're making this for them, you don't have to, put the salad dressing. Let each person. So let's try this, because I want them to see you eating on TV.
Oh, great.
All right. Once again, thank you guys for being here with us on Cooking for All Seasons. Go ahead, you guys. Grab something.
Okay.
Mmm. What do you think? Oh, here. Let me get you a napkin. Hey, thank you guys for everybody for being here. Thank you.
For having us.
Thank you, Jenny. Good luck. I know you're going to be fine. Just give it a try. Look, we did all of this. I know you guys can do this too. What do you think?
Definitely.
Is it a passable one? Hey, thank you guys for being here, and hope to see you soon. If you see me in the stores or wherever, please stop me, say hi. If you have some ideas about something you'd like to see. Thank you for watching Cooking for All Seasons. Thanks, girls.
Thank you.
Good luck. That's it.
Oh, I'm so hungry.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm gonna try and do this for Billy.
Really.
I'm gonna try it, yeah.
Salad. Okay, you can stop running the tape now. I know you're still doing it.
Uh-oh.
I know he is, because he does that to me all the time. Okay, come on, Vulture Larry. Okay, so, oh. Can you hear me?
Put it back in. No, we couldn't. Well, we could, actually.
I'm sorry, we lost connection. Technical difficulties. Okay. Everybody puffed up?
That's going to be unreal, Anyway.
Are you running it?
Oh, come on. You know better than
I know you. He runs all that.
Okay, ready?
Then he laughs.